In this video today, we will be talking about the 5 most common nutrition mistakes that are preventing you from losing weight and achieving your fat loss goals. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. My name is Gabriel Erno. I'm a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. I've been working with clients both in person and online for over 5 years at this point. Throughout my time training, I've seen many people be wildly successful on their goals, and I've also seen many people not achieve their goals because of stupid little mistakes that if they had known better, they could have prevented. Mistake number 1 is going to be overestimating calorie burn. Now, a lot of people, when they're trying to lose weight, will track their calories. And as many of you know, when we're tracking our calories, if our goal is weight loss, we want to be in a deficit. That means we want to eat less than the calories that we burn through just general movement, your metabolic resting rate, your BMR, and other variables as well. So a lot of people, if they have the Apple Watch, if they go to an Orange Theory class and they see that, oh, I burned 500 calories, 1,000 calories, they think that that means, oh, I get to eat that much more today. I burned an extra 500 calories. You know, I was already just going to eat 2,000 and that put me in a deficit. But now I burn an extra 500, so I can eat another 500 and I'll still lose weight. Do not do this. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see. First of all, the calorie trackers are wildly inaccurate. But also, if you're looking to consistently stay in a deficit, you just want to remain generally level with that choice. Of course, if you have an insane day where you go on a 10-mile hike or something and you want to eat a little extra calories, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But on a day-to-day basis, even if you do have variances in activity, you should be eating around your consistent goal for that deficit. If it's 2,000, stay at 2,000. Don't add 500, 1,000, 200 back in based on what these inaccurate calorie trackers are telling you. Mistake number 2 is going to be not eating enough protein. Now, obviously, protein is the building block for muscle. When you're resistance training, it's going to help you put on more muscle, but also when you're trying to lose weight, it's going to allow you to maintain as much muscle as you can. When you don't eat enough protein, you're going to lose much more muscle, which in turn is going to slow that metabolism down, making it harder for you to lose weight. You're not going to recover from your workouts as much, and all in all, it's just not a good thing. So for the average person, if you're eating at least 0.75 grams per pound of body weight, if you weigh 200 pounds, getting 150 grams or more, that's going to be enough. But if you really want to optimize, I would go to a gram per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 150 grams, if you weigh 150 pounds, try to get 150 grams, 200 pounds, 200 grams, and so on. Or if you really want to simplify it, just make sure you have a large protein source with every meal. Mistake number 3 is going to be drinking your calories. Now, there's nothing wrong with having protein smoothies, caloric, shakes, drinks that have calories in it. That's fine. But it's important to note that when our goal is weight loss, we want to be the least hungry that we can be throughout the day. The hungrier you are, the more likely you are to eat and consequently taking more calories. Beverages, drinks, shakes are going to be very low satiety. That means that they're not going to be very filling. So if your goal is actually to gain weight, well then actually you should be really taking advantage of that. When your goal is weight loss, mitigating the calories consumed from liquids, fluids, etc. is going to be key. Mistake number 4 is going to be skipping meals or drastically undereating in hopes of losing weight faster. I see a lot of people who have these weight loss goals and they think that, oh, well, if I'm going to lose a pound a week eating 2,000 calories a day, why don't I just drop it to 1,000 calories a day and I'll lose weight so much faster? Unfortunately, that's just not how the body works. Your body's very smart, and when you undereat drastically, it's going to kick those hunger hormones into overdrive. It's going to tell you, oh no, we're starving, we need to eat. And your appetite is going to shoot up. It's going to be much more hard for you not to stay in that deficit, and people often end up just binging and going way over the program. And also, you're going to feel like shit. Your energy levels will be in the tank. It might mess with your hormones. You're not going to recover from your workouts as well. So choose a conservative deficit. For the average person, you want to be shooting to lose about a pound or 1% of your body weight per week. So if you're 200 pounds, it's about 2 pounds per week. And stick with that conservative weight loss range. See how you feel. if you're feeling really good and you can really afford to drop it down a little more, that's one thing, but don't just drop it to the basement off the bat. Mistake number 5 is going to be not planning ahead. Now, a lot of people have these really ambitious weight loss goals, and they wake up and the first thing they do is they're hungry. So on the way to the work, they stop at a fast food spot. Or at lunch, they eat out at the nearest spot closest to their work. And while you can still try to make healthier choices when you have specific strategies doing these things, it's just going to make it much harder to succeed. So what I highly recommend is prepping. That means you don't have to prep every single meal to the T, but just having pre-made proteins on hand, healthy, easy snacks that you bring with you to work, things like that that are going to keep you set up for success. And I personally do prep the majority of my meals throughout the week because I know that that's going to allow me to, when I'm hungry, I don't have to think about it. I grab my meal, eat it. I don't start thinking of cheeseburgers and end up going and just spending money I don't need to spend and eating calories I don't need to eat. So these, like I said, are the 5 most common mistakes I see. Comment down below what mistake you've been making, if you've been making one, or if you're just perfectly dialed in, comment that down below too. I'd love to hear what's working for you guys and what isn't. So again, to recap, the 5 most common mistakes that I see are: number 1, overestimating caloric burn and taking that into account when you shouldn't. Number 2 is going to be eating not enough protein, impacting your recovery negatively, not allowing your muscles to rebuild properly, and drinking calories, skipping meals, and of course, not planning ahead. If you found these tips helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting up a new video every week, and check the description for my links down below. See you all in the next video.